It happens infrequently, and yet this is the high that every writer is chasing. Back everybody to another Halloween-inspired episode. If you've missed some of my other videos, the reason why these decorations are in the background is because I filmed a Halloween-inspired video earlier today and I just thought it looked really cool. So I'm going to keep it up and we're going to do a whole Halloween theme for the whole month of October. Now for those who don't know me, my name is Tara East. I'm a writer, blogger, and YouTuber. I'm also the author of the mystery novel, Every Time He Dies. And in this week's video, I want to talk about the element of chance and how this plays out in your writing projects. So much of writing is just a matter of chance. And I'm not talking about the type of luck that is involved with landing an agent, a publishing deal, or even a spot on the New York Times bestseller list, though all those wins do contain an element of luck. I'm referring to the element of chance that happens within your writing habit. These are the unintended connections, repetitions, resonances, and loops that your subconscious mind embeds in the story and that are invisible to you until you begin the revision process. They are all the sudden insights or ideas that pop into your head while you're out doing other things like walking the dog, having coffee with your best friend, or attempting to meditate. But regardless of how you approach writing, the aspect of chance shows up for all of us in the same way. It is unpredictable and entirely outside of your control. And yet, it is the most fun aspect of writing. There is a unique joy in editing a draft of your novel and discovering that a comment you made in chapter 7 perfectly mirrors this thing that happened in chapter 1, or that a spontaneous decision you made at the end of the book now has this broader metaphor for the whole work, or it illuminates the novel's theme. You couldn't have included this stuff if you'd tried, but because you've opted to live a life that is steeped in storytelling, and because you're deeply familiar with your own story, the subconscious mind has done all this work for you. Sometimes these chance aspects may be underdeveloped. For example, you might realize that there's a particular symbol or object that appears several times throughout the manuscript, but it's not super obvious, so you could either choose to flesh this out, expand upon it, or work it in some other way so that this novel nugget now becomes literary gold. There are other aspects of chance that are equally outside of your control. However, there are things that you can do to invite these types of spontaneous ideas and insights into your practice. Spending time in low-stress activities that are separate from writing, but that allow your mind to relax and to wander, create the space for these types of connections and insights to occur. For example, activities like gardening, swimming, walking, cleaning, playing with your kids, or engaging in another creative practice like music, dance, or art. These activities should be absorbing your attention to a degree, but they are also not cognitively demanding. Okay, I recognize that if you've never played an instrument before and you're learning how to play the piano, then this might be actually quite cognitively demanding. Back to my point. But the trick is, whatever activity you choose to do, you need to be fully present in the activity and not actively thinking about your story. There are times when you can intentionally combine movement, like walking, with solving a creative problem. Now, this is a technique that Cal Newport uses, and it's called productive meditation. But to experience the sudden, sharp burst of insight that I'm describing right now, your mind has to be relaxed and in a semi-distracted state. The element of chance I'm talking about might occur only a handful of times within the creation of one single project. And yet, this is one of the most thrilling aspects of writing. So much of writing is problem solving. It's fumbling around in the dark as you try to discover the shape, size, and scope of your story. Even when you create an outline, there is so much about the story that remains a mystery. For most of us, we only truly get to know our story once we begin writing it. You can think about your story forever, but there's a really good chance that you'll only find it once you start creating it. When chance occurs, it's like you finally found the key to unlock your story. Chance may solve a plot hole, it could create nuance and layers within the work, it could change a character's motivation, or reveal an alternative structure. It happens infrequently, and yet this is the high that every writer is chasing. A good writing day is great. We all love when a scene feels more like fluid dictation rather than painstaking creation. But chance is the holy grail that every writer is seeking. It comes as a surprise and it fills us with awe and wonder and relief because now we know that our story is going to work and that it's worth something. I wish I could provide you with this 5-step hack on how to get creative insight every time, guaranteed. But that's not how creativity works, and that's not how chance works. The best you can do is look for those unintended connections, mirroring, or repetitions while you're editing the book. Look to see if there are different possibilities or opportunities within the book already that you can build on, draw out, or expand upon. And finally, carve out time in your schedule to do other things, because the thing chance demands most of all is that you be distracted. After all, how else can it slip into your apartment and leave a love note on your bench? Now, I'd love to hear from you. How does chance appear in your own work? In particular, I'd love any anecdotes or stories around sudden ideas or moments of inspiration or realization. So please include a comment below because I'd love to hear. Now, if you'd like even more writing advice, you can of course check out the other videos on this channel, or you can visit taraeast.com and dive into the archives. While you're there, be sure to join my email newsletter. When you do, I'll send you a free gift and you'll receive an email in your inbox every Thursday morning containing a note by me, some resources I've recently enjoyed and think you will too, a quote of the week, and some other information that I only share via email. Thank you so much for being here again this week and for celebrating the month of Halloween with me. Stay safe, stay calm, and keep writing because the world actually does need more books, including spooky ones.